Welcome to Focal Point. Folks, we're in an awakening, and I mean it. It's the early stages of it, but this is a watershed moment, what's going on, and it's turning point. It's turning point for our nation. We are seeing what the Bible calls the principle of sowing and reaping, and there are individuals that have identified themselves as extremists, leftist, progressives, and now the chickens are coming home to roost, so to speak, and we're seeing the consequences of what they've done in light of Charlie Kirk's assassination. And then what followed, the numbers of people on social media and in the media, on television, legacy media, celebrating it. They said, 30 to 40% of those that would identify as more progressive said they would be approving of taking out, killing of what? Political opponents. And then people are celebrating this. I faced the antagonism, and maybe you did too. But right now we're recognizing something is collapsing. It's an aha moment. Jesus in his day rebuked the leaders, and he said, you can interpret the weather, but you don't interpret the times. And we are in a pivotal moment, a turning point. Do you see what's going on? Do you recognize the collapse of the legacy media, the traditional media? You see lawsuits that are coming against the Stephen Colbert's and Jimmy Kimmel. They're being removed. People that have been in anchor positions are resigning, leaving their positions. People are saying, wait a minute, we've seen the killing, assassination of a man, even though we may not have agreed with everything he said, in cold-blooded murder, and then people laughing and celebrating it. And these are prominent celebrities and Hollywood elites. You see right now when we had that Ukrainian young woman stabbed to death, and it was just sickening what happened. And not far from where I'm broadcasting, at Covenant Academy, we had this transgender person go in and shoot up the children and the youth in there. We saw it in Minnesota, killing of children in a mass. And then we see this confessed assassin, and what's he, with a trans partner and all of this stuff. And people say, wait a minute, I don't agree with this stuff, this idea of people pushing in sports, removing women and girls from their positions because we got to make room for trans, and somehow we're supposed to say that, what happened in the last administration, now we read those that were promoting and saying, oh, he was strong, the man that was in the White House, and now they're saying, well, we got to admit he was cognitively, deficient and dementia, and what has been going on? You see ABC sued, you see CBS sued, you see the exclusionary policies of the air, of those programs on the air, The View, and then in a year they say, okay, we've had about 100 some guests, and there's none that are traditional conservative. They don't allow them on. People are saying enough is enough, and there is an anger, and it's a righteous anger at what's been taking place. We see it as well in the media with the cultural elite that have been telling us things, and we're saying this is false, this is propaganda, and people are beginning to awaken. They're beginning to say, I don't want to identify with this. I want to turn away from it. Now, maybe you've encountered with, just like me, people that were spouting off lies about Charlie Kirk. And what did I do? Well, I went back and I tried my best to gently, respectfully help them see the errors and the propaganda. But right now, it is a moment where people like you and me have an opportunity God is giving us. And when people, you can open doors, you can engage with people, you say, what do you think of what's happened with this Charlie Kirk fella? Did you understand it? And if they have misinformation, you can say, well, you know what, actually, here's what, and you can respectfully and lovingly help influence people, because there's a new openness. There is a disgust with what people have seen with those on what are called the progressive left. And I want to invite you to be a part of this moment. This is our day, our moment to share the gospel, to speak respectfully, and also not be argumentative or combative, but winsome. This is our moment, and I say with you, will you join me in this aha moment and see a turning point in America's history?
Hey friends, if you felt this video was helpful, make sure you like and subscribe so you get notified once new videos become available. Thanks.